like, oh, I've done this before based on this, based on my calculation, I'm going to earn that. So 20,000 is nothing. Just put it there. Trust yourself, trust the system. Yeah.
Making big decisions in your business could be extremely scary, like double your ads or simply starting your first ever business. What does it take to make this big leap into your business? Today, I have the pleasure to chat with Michelle Hon, a serial entrepreneur who's currently managing and running 7 different businesses and being a stay-at-home mom. How does she do it, and what can we learn? Hope you will enjoy this episode.
All right. Thanks for having me. My name is Michelle Hon. I am the founder of Mom Boss Academy and MP360. And basically, I aim to help women entrepreneurs get to 6 and 7 figures in the business with systems.
Amazing. Earlier, we just talked about how your first business is a brick and mortar. How did you transition from a brick and mortar business to what you're doing right now?
It has been a long journey, but thanks for asking. I'm not sure if you have the time. So I decided that that was before I had my first child. I have a brick and mortar soup and salad bar business. We had 2 outlets around Singapore, and they're both in malls. And being in malls, right, we need to be open at a certain time. You can't just open as you please, right? And close as you please.
I heard the landlord situation is very difficult.
Not too bad. I think it's just corporate, right? You just rent it from the mall.
Yeah.
At that time, you can only close 1 day of the year.
Oh, wow.
That's Chinese New Year day 1.
Wow.
And then you have to be open. So basically, business running 364 days, almost 12, 13 hours day per, every day. I mean, pre-kids, I'm okay. I love doing what I do. Of course, we have employees. As soon as my baby came along, my first child, I realized that I cannot be in the business anymore. Even though it was making money, but because I was still in the business. Once, I'm not available, there's employees problem or employees like not showing up and then we're down one stuff. I mean, no kids, I'm still, no problem. I can be there, I can sort it out. But once you become a mom, your priorities changes, right? 6 months into the whole stay-at-home mom gig, I realized that, oh my God, I'm so bored. I need to be earning my own money. I mean, my baby was like 6 months old, right? There's no one to talk to, and it's like so quiet every day. And I wake up and just waiting for her to wake up, feed milk, and then sleep again. And like, oh my God. Being someone who started working at 17 and earning my own money and suddenly to having no income, I think that was that internal security for me. I just could not. So I decided, okay, what can I do from home? So I started a blog. And this is back in 2012. People were still reading blogs back then. Okay, I'm going to start blogging. And my husband was like, you start a blog? When was the last time you wrote anything? What do you know about blogging? I'm like, I don't care. I have internet access. I have laptop. That's all I need. So one thing led to another. And then my readers and followers are like, oh, I follow you or read your blog since you're this stay-at-home mom. Now you have a business and you're giving talks. Like, can you teach me? So one person asked, I'm like, no, I don't think I can teach. What do I know? And then after 5 or 6 same inquiries within the few months, I realized there's a market right there. So maybe I could do this.
I love how your business sense of like sensing opportunities when, you're hearing people inquiries and you find like, oh, there is a market before you start launching all the products after that. How many businesses that you are currently running?
Business, I have Ampli, Mom Boss Academy. I have a marketing agency.
Wait. Mom Boss Academy, Ampli,
a marketing agency. And then I have a more like a product business called Bell and Rose. I also invested in one robotics type of enrichment for kids. And recently I launched another, like a platform. It's kind of like a Ampli equivalent, but for golf instructors.
So technically you have 7 businesses or 7 operations in your mind.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Well, on top of that, we also have the Chill Mom. The Chill Mom as a brand from, my blogging days. The blog is still around.
Yeah.
It is still generating income for us.
Wow.
So we still have brands that are coming in, and with my Instagram as well, I work with brands. I'm also an author.
Wow.
And I also do speaking and things like that for brands. So
That's amazing. So you're a woman with many hats. What I found fascinated on how you sharing all your journey just now is that how you kind of like creating an ecosystem, right? You serving the similar audience, like moms who are aspiring to be at home with their kids, but also being independent in a way.
Yeah.
Based off how your customer grows, then you create the next product. You mentioned that all the systems, right? So was it always there in the beginning that you know that, oh, you need a system? Or because eventually when you get to maybe 2 or 3 businesses, you're like, oh, actually, I need something that I can automate my life.
Oh, absolutely. Like, it's definitely not there. What did I know?
Yeah.
It was not until I was into my maternity concierge business. So I was still very much in the business myself. But the good thing is I was running it from home, and I could go out and see my client as and when I'm able to, because it's flexible, right? Like you can manage your own time. It wasn't until I think I remember it was 2016. One day I woke up really, really sick. I thought it was just fever. It wasn't until in the late afternoon, I'm like, I really cannot. And then my husband rushed me to the A&E. They found out that I had, what you call that, dengue.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
dengue fever, and I need to be admitted to the hospital.
Oh, wow.
And I
That's
still
very
remember going,
serious.
but I have a presentation the next day. It was meant to be like this pitch to get some funding for the business or something like that. I can't remember exactly. I remember I have this pitch, and it would win me a lot of clients. I needed to be there.
Yeah.
And the doctor like, no way. You have to be admitted. Like, do you know that people can die from dengue?
Oh,
And
wow.
also, do you know that you're also pregnant? I didn't know.
Oh.
I did not know. So that's when I found out I was pregnant with my third one.
Oh, wow.
And so basically that year, I was bedridden. I had to be put on bed rest with the third pregnancy. And then, of course, with the confinement, everything, I think I lost at least about 4 to 5 months that year. But of course, me being me and running a business, I was trying to do a lot on the bed, with laptop and whatever I can't do, I try to outsource, try to set up system. Technically didn't really slow down. I was just outsourcing. And I realized the following year when we sit down with our accountant and look at our profit, revenue and stuff, we ended up making more. The year before that, I was like working all the time, right? And what I realized from there is that sometimes we think that we need to be working so hard, doing all the things ourselves, when as a business, we should have a system so that it would run without you. So that really flipped my mindset from having to work hard and see how much I can do in my business to how can I get out of not doing things. Before, I just kept thinking, how can I grow even further? I'm already doing as much as I can. I can't produce more. So and now I realized that, that's exactly what I should do. That's how I could scale.
How was that transition?
I think the good thing with social media, is one thing and one advantage that we have at our lifetime, right? I think like our mom generation, we don't have that. I weren't really looking for it. That when I launched my very first course, the Mom Boss Goal, helping people from zero idea to launching their business in 3 months, we started getting people from Malaysia, Hong Kong signing up for the webinar, right? And then eventually signing up for the course. Initially, of course, when I start a business, I've always just promoted organically, meaning not putting money into ads, right? Like so scared of losing money. Maybe because I already have some audience who are international, so we have that. So when I learned how to scale it with ads, it was just a natural transition into, why don't we also target people from overseas for that? How do we know from, like, let's say, Ampli, for example, like another new business where we don't have any audience. When do we start targeting people from overseas? Is that you need to have a system to convert already. Right. So you already know that, how do I basically get clients? From where do they become clients? Do I have a number for that? Right.
What kind of number?
Typically, being online business, what we call online marketing is we have a funnel. right?
Yeah.
So let's say I have this funnel that gets people from not knowing me, right, from social media. They click on this, they downloaded a marketing audit from us. And so how many percent of, let's say, 10 viewers, how many percent ended up downloading that lead magnet? Let's say 20% conversion. Out of the 2% who sign up for the lead magnet, how many would get on a call with us? So maybe one. So out of the one, how many will end up becoming a client? So maybe half, right? So that gives us some sort of number to work with.
Yeah.
Only when I know that, oh, it makes sense. All I need to know is how much does it cost me to get a lead.
Okay.
Right. So if
by reverse engineer.
exactly. Once we have that, it's just a matter of, okay, so now let's say I need, at the end of the day, it costs $1 for a lead, but then after the conversion, it costs maybe $10 to get a customer.
How does that jump from 1 to 10?
10 leads equals to, let's say, 5 people who book the call.
Yeah.
So half of these end up being customer, then $10 for to. So then you have a cost per acquisition, right? So
yes, correct.
Customer acquisition cost, they call it.
Okay, yeah.
So now that I have that, then I know that, oh, when I run ads to, let's say, another country that I've never been, have access to, then you just see, oh, is the cost to get that lead still as high or lower? If it's lower, then continue running your ads, right? Because I know in the back end it will convert at this much.
So let me paraphrase if I understand correctly. We would start with maybe a pilot program in your own local market. You get that running number to see if people are, converting from your own offering before you scale. And scaling basically means you will start another campaign in a different country. You compare the data between those two, and if it's also equivalent or even lower, then you push more data, more budget into that campaign.
Yeah. So basically, scaling is just driving more people through this funnel. Driving more people through. Yeah,
that's true.
But only when you have a converting funnel. If it's not converted, like a lot of people say, when should I scale it up? I mean, it's not converting. Even if you put more money, it's not gonna convert.
It just makes the cost of acquisitions higher. And maybe the return value of the customer is not worth it for you to spend that much.
If your product is not selling, even if you show it to 100, 1,000 people, it's still not selling.
How much are you spending now for your business for like ad campaigns?
Depends. I don't run ads like all year round. I would say like during launches.
And which is how often do you launch?
It depends on different business, different products. So let's say for Mom Boss Academy, we have our monthly regular launch, kind of like a small, we just rinse and repeat, right? There's no work involved. Everything is, set up on automation. That's once a month. And usually I'll just start advertising about a week before. As for our bigger programs, we call it like bigger launches. We probably do 4 times a year.
Okay. And then you will run ads. The same ads on all the different markets, or you would create like
we will use the same ads for different markets. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We just use the same ads and just see which ads does better for which market. So as you run, then you can tell which one, of course, costs less, has a higher conversion on click, and then which one costs less. Then you keep those running and then turn the other ones off. So sometimes for one market, ad one would be doing very well, but another market ad one doesn't do well at all. So you let the machine learning does it for you.
How long do you usually wait for that machine learning thing to happen?
It's quite quick these days. Back then, I think when I first started 8-7 years ago, right? People typically say, oh, you need to let it run for a whole week. But these days, I think it kind of optimizes. By the second day, I can see that the cost per lead and the conversions are pretty good already. A lot of people think that, oh, you must be running so many ads, right? So many creative. You need to constantly be coming up with new ads. Let me tell you, one ads of mine, that's like the highest performing one, been running for 6 years.
Wow.
It's still the highest performing one. Because people are like, oh, after a while, people might be bored of that, right? So what we do is, of course, every time we launch again, like my monthly one, let's say we have a running of 3 to 5 ads. So we'll run that again every month since I'm creating content organically anyway. And if any piece of that content is converting, I turn that into an ad. So now we have 6 ads. then I'll start turning off the one that's no good, right? So we're always having better ads and keeping the better ads.
Because you already have a content creation system, so you can organically see if it's conversion or not before you pushing more ads. When do you know you should double your ads?
Double the
budget.
when when it's converting well. So usually, let's say, before a launch, we should have a target in mind.
Yeah.
So let's say this launch, I want to earn 200,000. Now that we have the numbers, I know. So a lot of people think of ads budget or marketing money as just throw it out there and pray and hope it comes back.
Yeah.
I always get this question. People ask me, so how much money should I allocate? Is it 5,000 per month or is it 15% out from my revenue? It's not like that. Once you have a system, business is almost like, imagine a machine that based on your data, your past experience. Every dollar you put in, it spits out $16. Wouldn't you put more money in?
Yes.
So, but only if you know that with certainty. Let's say I know my conversion already.
Yeah.
But let's say this time around, I want $200,000 from this launch. It costs $2 per lead, or maybe more. It's actually cost more. Let's say like $10 per lead, right? In order to get to 200,000, how much is it per sale to get to 200,000? Let's say per sale is 1,000. And so I need 200 people. So how much ad cost should I be putting? It cost me $10. So 20,000. That's it. Then you put 20,000. And of course, you don't just put 20,000 per day. So remember, we have our launch, right? Launch period. Then you divide that per day. A week before, for webinar, okay? Because I run a lot of webinars.
Yeah.
So we know this. If you advertise way in advance, people are not going to show up. So there's no point putting too much money at the start.
Yeah.
So at the start, maybe I put like $50, and slowly 100. As T-5, I start putting like 800, and then 2,000, and then like 5,000 a day towards the day of the webinar.
In a way, it removes the emotional part out of decision making.
Correct, because it's very scary, right? To put money into ads.
I still feel it's scary, even though I run.
I still feel scared, even though I may have run the same launch for the past 5-6 years and have done it like 20 times. Sometimes I still feel the fear, oh my God, what if? There's always this subconscious mind that is stopping us from, know that it's there, it's just trying to keep us safe. But I guess with the numbers, like you mentioned, it becomes less emotional. It's like, oh, I've done this before, based on my calculation, I'm going to earn that. So 20,000 is nothing. Just put it there. Trust yourself, trust the system. Yeah.
I love that. Which bring up to a great point where you mentioned about taking out the emotions out of business, or maybe it's like regulate your nervous system before a big decision, right?
Yeah.
When do you notice a difference?
Maybe about 7-8 years ago, I attended this seminar, I think over 2 days. It's called the Money Mindset Seminar by Michelle Hon. It really helped me repair my relationship with money. Because growing up, I was very poor. I remember being 6 years old and acutely aware that grocery money is running out. We need to make sure that, it lasts until Friday when daddy comes home and gives us more money. I always grew up with this scarcity mindset and, money is hard to come by. It's very Asian, right?
Yeah. Even sometimes you grew up with some kind of money traumatized or example.
So that really healed me, and I start, of course, not immediately, slowly realizing that just telling myself that you're safe. You've done this before, and realize that sometimes our brain is not showing us facts. Our brains could be playing tricks on us. That's it. Because it's not that it's evil or anything. It's just trying to keep us safe. The world has evolved so much, but then our operating system up there is still very primitive, right? It's still trying to keep us safe. And how to keep us safe is don't take risks, don't go out and meet new people, right? Because back in the hunting days, if you were to step out of your own people, you might get killed. Right? If you venture out, you might get, hauled by a tiger. So the only way to not get yourself hurt is don't do anything. After realizing that, I realized that whenever I may start driving myself crazy by, oh my God, are you doing the right thing? Oh, what if this doesn't work, right? You have that chatter in your mind. Is to, kind of take a deep breath and say, I think I know what to do. like kind of like almost like talking to yourself, talking to your other
yourself,
self.
soothe yourself,
Yeah,
just be like,
being an entrepreneur, a mom, in today's world, the most important skill, I always say that, is being self-aware and the ability to your self-talk. It's very important.
When you make a decision nowadays, what would you do to make sure that you are coming into the decision with a calm and peaceful state of mind?
I think for me, definitely, when it comes to ad budget, now that I have a system, it's sort of like just very mechanical. Just look at the numbers. How much do I need to? I have a plan. I need to do it. Because I didn't want to go back to the days where there's not much left. Right? There's always this fear that, oh my God, no matter how much you earn, you may lose it all, right? So I would not dare to take any risk. Now that, I'm a bit more comfortable, I could tell myself, so what if I lose it? I still have
I still have all the other things.
Exactly.
All the safety net.
Yeah, or maybe also knowing that even if I were to lose it all again, I'm different now. I have the knowledge. I know how I can redo this again and build myself up again. One more thing as well that allow me to take more risk now is also because my mom passed away when I was 13. I always thought that, hey, life is short. Like we all end up the same. No one comes out of this alive. So you might as well.
It's all a Squid Game.
Correct. So you might as well just give your best, try everything you want to try, and so that you have no regrets at the end of the day.
I love it. Amazing. So this part is a mastermind sessions where Michelle and I, we are gonna sit down and rate some of the most common popular business idea for first-time founders. We're also gonna put our thinking hat ups of our experience combined to pick one of the idea and to see what are the steps that we can do to grow it to the first 100K. First idea, the most popular one, interestingly, is a software as a service.
Can I ask more questions?
we know nothing about the person.
We know nothing.
We just rate on the business
software of a person.
On that business idea only. That's no circumstance yet.
Okay. 4?
Okay. For me, it's 4 too. Reason.
Software as a service is great because it's very scalable. For every sale, there's usually not a lot of cost. Ideally, if you can code or you can build that software itself, even better. So good. That's why I have a SaaS business.
You see. Okay. The second business, a service business. Either they are a marketing or an online educations. A course.
5.
Living examples.
Because I'm in the business. I love the business.
Personally, I would rate it as 3. For me personally, I prefer businesses that are necessity. The person who purchases it has to use it.
It depends how you package it, right?
True. You can create urgency, but in economic downturn, that's the first budget that people are gonna cut.
True.
The third business model is e-commerce, a physical product selling online.
I think I like something that you don't need to stock the product, the inventory. Something like a 3.
I would rate it as a 2 for the inventory. Also the cash flow. I think the last 2 will be your favorite because you have first-hand experience.
What?
Coffee.
Oh no, 1. No, I would not go into F&B anymore.
Okay. I think I would rate it at number 2. And last one, restaurant. A bit harder than coffee, but restaurant to see.
Even more. Even worse. No, 1.
Okay.
Half.
But a lot of people, think you can cook something and you can sell it.
So that's a huge mistake that I've made, just like everybody else who's never been in business, is, food. Everyone needs food. And it would be nice to have your own cafe. It would be nice to have your own restaurant. I can just chill at my restaurant. My friend's going to come find me anyway. We always go to a cafe to hang out. Why can't they come to my cafe to hang out? Newsflash, it's not going to work.
And also, you might have to keep giving them discount. Now we're going to pick one of them and try to help his friend to build this to the first 100K. So we have SaaS. Number 2 is service business. 3 is e-commerce. 4 is coffee or restaurant. 5 is restaurant.
Which one that I
1 to
gave
5.
the highest?
You rate the highest is service business,
Yeah, I rate that the
education,
highest.
marketing,
Yeah,
and online,
education. Yeah.
marketing and online education.
If you have not started any business, service is the easiest business to get into because there's not a lot of startup costs, there's no inventory. You just need to get clients. And as you learn, find out what more that these clients need and just build from there.
I hearing this friend asking, but what if I'm not an expert? What can I sell? I don't know anything about teaching people.
Okay,
I don't
what
know
are
anything
you
about
good at? What are some of the questions that you usually get from people around you? You don't need to be an expert in anything, right? It's just what is that one thing that you do slightly better? And I always give this example that maybe you're just a mom that you cook every day for your children anyway. You pack lunchbox for them, and their friends say, "Oh, your mom packs such nice meal." So you can start exactly. So you can, no, not a F&B. So you can always just find out, how many are of these kids who need lunches, then you just cook more.
Oh, okay, that's true. That's the convenient aspect.
Yeah, you are already doing it for your kids anyway. Now you just do more and then you started already, right? And then from there you kind of see, what else do they need? What else can you offer?
I like it. If you are a person with multiple hats where people come to you with different inquiries, then how do you pick and choose? If you have multiple people coming for the same problem.
Yes. And if you're ever in doubt, there's top 3 kind of like industry where people pay the most money. If you help people with wealth, if you help people with relationship or health, the top 3.
Not bad. So when do you start charging people?
Your very first client. Why shouldn't you?
Makes sense.
Right? Or if, often my students are like, but I don't have the confidence yet. I don't know how much to charge yet, right? I have no track record. Fine. So maybe you can do maybe for free for the first 3 people in exchange for feedback on how you can improve your service.
Yeah. I agree with the first point where it's like you just charge in the beginning because you can always kind of like change how much it costs later. I think free labor is
Not
number one.
appreciated.
It's not appreciated. Yeah, people who get free, yes, they give you a testimonial, but are they giving you real testimonial feedback? Because they may be feeling like they owe you, so they
But
just
it will
give
still
to you.
help you in getting other clients. So if you get she has some sort of testimony.
True.
It's just social proof.
This is how it happened in one of my service business where I charged a lower price for the first time customer, and they keep bringing new referring people in, but they would tell their friends to ask for that same first time rate. Even now that we changing and upgrading the fee already.
Then you can always say that, hey, this is last year's rate, or
Sure.
I've changed my price.
Okay. We have walked through like the pricing and then like the offering. Anything else to go? Let's say they get 10K already from building this service and course.
Okay,
how do they scale? 10 to 100K.
I think usually at this stage, when they start getting clients already, I always ask them, are you at capacity? How much more can you take on? That's before like going out there and get more clients, right? Get more leads. How much more can you handle? How much are you already earning? So if you're like, I'm at 80%, I'm earning $4,000.
Yeah.
So 100% will only get you 5,000. The problem becomes, do I need more customers, or do I really need to go back to my existing customer and try to increase the price and see how each of them can you deliver more? Ask them, hey, is there anything else I can help you with? So then, hey, your recurring clients who are still there, then you earn more from each of them rather than thinking, I just need more clients.
Yeah.
Because maybe you're already at capacity.
And also because existing customer is also easier to increasing and then working.
It's easier to resell to existing customers than to try to get someone who's totally cold and try to get them from not buying to buying.
For this service business, should they start selling to consumer or to other businesses? Which audience should they look into?
I think when you're first starting, you just take whoever who would take you, right? After working with different type of clients for a while, you should know who are your best clients. Who are the ones who you feel like you help the most, and also who basically happy to pay you more, referring clients to you, come back again and again, and not the one who complain and demand. And you're like, okay, I know my ideal client. You know your ideal client is 2 get out there and get more of these ideal clients, right? Then we start actually, in a way, putting boundary around us, because I think if we have no idea, I can serve anyone, I sell to anyone, then you start attracting everybody who may not even be right for you. So if you have clients, right? If you have clients that's not right for you, they drain your energy, they affect how you work. They may even affect your other clients, bring down the morale. It affects your team. So I think it's important for us to know who we want to attract. So then our messaging and all of that not only attract the one that we want, will also repel the ones who are not our people.
I love that. Okay, one last question on building this business. Now that I'm growing 10K and I kind of exhausted all my existing network, like people around me, my friends, my family, they all bought my products already. Now I need to find other people out there to buy my products. Like, what can I do?
Social media. For me, it's always like go where the attention is. These days and age, everyone's on social media, just which platform. So again, get to know your target audience. Where do they hang out? And if you know they're there, go there. It takes some time to build that up. So I always say that before you need it, you should start building it. Don't build it when you need it, right? So I think start doing more social media, building sort of like some reputation for yourself. Not just social media. For a lot of people think that, you got to give value or you got to post more. But are you intentionally, with every piece of your content, driving people somewhere? Right? Just like, hey, you don't just go out and just give flyers. You need to make sure that they come or go somewhere.
What if I don't want to be on social media? I'm so afraid of showing my face, sharing too much about my family. I want to protect them. I don't want to showcase my kids. Is there any way I can do social media without holding on to?
I mean, these days you see a lot of like faceless account. You don't need to show your family or reveal too much of yourself if you don't want to. You get to control what
That's
you
true.
post or what you don't want to
It's
post.
a control media in a way, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You're the one in control of the visions and perspective about yourself.
And I always say that people who are afraid to put themselves out there or share their thoughts is that whether you're sharing or not, like other people have some sort of perception of us already, right?
Yeah.
Whether Michelle is a certain person or whether Tam is a certain type of person. So do you want to let them make up the imagery of you, or do you want to control the narrative?
That's a good way to look at it. Someone who grew up with the internet, I found that the internet is not too scary in a way, where it's more of like where you can find the community and people who share your own belief. Online social media is a great way to cater and curate your algorithm to your own advantage by finding the right people that you want to spend time with, talk to, and help.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, and I hope that all this mastermind idea would help you to kickstart your first ever business successfully. Where can they find you?
Okay, so as I mentioned, I run a monthly webinar called Lead Gen Masterclass. So you can go to momboss.academy/lead-gen-masterclass, or if you're on Instagram, you can follow me at the Chill Mom.
Yeah, and we'll make sure to link all of the tag and handles right on the screen. All right. Thank you so much, Michelle, for sharing all your thoughts today.
Thank you. I hope that's been helpful. Whatever it is, don't just listen. You got to go out there and take action.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Gotham Podcast. And I hope to see you on the next one.